How's it going? So Erin and I did a little nursery hopping yesterday and we found some beautiful plants to put out on the new property. Right now is a great time to start planting again because the temperatures are cooling a bit, but it's still early enough in the season for things to kind of get rooted in. So you're going to see a lot of planting videos probably coming at you in the next several weeks. So we're going to start with these two today. We've got Wichita blue juniper. We just picked up one because I just want this as kind of an accent evergreen in one of the areas out there. And then we've got blue blazes hyssop, which this is kind of a nostalgic plant to me, like the smell of it. It's in the mint family. Hyssop is agastache or agastache. I've heard it pronounced like 3 or 4 different ways. I've always said it as agastache. So because it is in the mint family, it actually has like this square stem like mint does, and it has a vaguely like a mint smell to it. It's very distinctive, and because of that, the deer and rabbits actually don't love this plant, which is great if that's something that you deal with. And this one was actually bred, this variety was bred in Colorado, and it was bred between a kind of pink blooming variety called Desert Plains and then a blue variety called Anise Hyssop. So that's where this one came from, and it's just got the most beautiful colored blooms. I love that kind of electric lavender, and they grow 3 to 4 feet tall, 2 to 3 feet wide. It's always kind of amazing to think that when you look at this little plant, you think 3 to 4 feet tall. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. Now you can pinch these back early in the season if you'd like to keep their size, their kind of growth habit under control. I don't really want to do that. I just want to put stuff out there that I can just let grow to its full size. And they're not picky about soil type. In fact, they're mainly native to North America, and they're found in dry grassy meadows. They like kind of just whatever kind of soil, not heavily amended, not heavily fertilized. And then once they're established, like I said, they're drought tolerant. And here's Russell. He's going to check it out. What do you think, buddy? They are a zone 5, so hardy to -20, and they start blooming about midsummer and go all the way through the rest of the season. And I'm looking for perennials to put out there that I don't have to cut back in the middle of the season, like salvias and veronicas and things like that. I just want something that will start looking amazing. It doesn't matter if it's mid-season or not, and something that I can just leave it alone and it'll do its thing. We can shear it back once a year and that's it. So the Wichita blue juniper, this isn't an enormous growing evergreen, like 10 to 15 feet tall, up to about 6 feet wide. I've seen them get a little bit wider. Junipers do really, really well in our area, so I expect this one to really thrive. I love the silvery blue color of this. When I saw this at the nursery, it caught my eye, and honestly, they had 2. And if they had 3, I probably would have bought all 3, but I just settled for 1 just as an accent evergreen. We're actually replacing one of the trees we put in this spring, the Stewartia. It had a really poor root system when we put it in. It kind of smelled like it was on the way to rotting. So we pulled that out because it didn't thrive, and we're going to put this in its place, which I think is actually going to be much better. Again, this one does want fairly consistent moisture when you first plant it, just like these. Once it's established, it hardly needs anything extra from me. So we'll put drip to it, but we will remove the drip probably in a season or 2. And then we will give it a little supplemental water in extreme heat. And this one is a zone 3 through 7, which is perfect because we're putting this on the side of the property that stays frozen the longest. Like, we've been paying attention to this property long enough to know that I need to put extra tough stuff in the one area where this is going. So anyway, I think we should head out to the new property and get these in the ground. love this tree here. So the juniper here, the hyssop right over there near the daylilies we just planted. We'll go look at those closer here in a second. But honestly, like everything around here is pretty green. And then the borrowed landscape from our neighbors, which is absolutely stunning. We've got linden trees and pine trees right there. I feel like this is a better look than what I had here. It would have been a lot of green deciduous over here, and I could have put this somewhere else, but I really like it, like particularly in this spot. So we've got another tree nearby too, a katsura tree that grows 40 feet wide, and it's going to get quite near this one. So I feel like this is going to be better not to have a tree with a larger canopy on top. The fact that this grows 4 to 6 feet wide is perfect. And typically with these, they maintain their bright silvery blue all year round, which is a really huge reason why I want to add more of this kind of color out here. Some green evergreens can take on a little bit of a bronzy look, and you know, they just shift color through the year, and this one's kind of steadfast, and I really like that about it. When it's young, they typically grow about a foot or so a year, and then it'll slowly kind of taper off as it reaches more of its mature size, but I just really am loving it. I think it's really pretty. So let's take a look at the hyssop. So I kind of regret not having picked up a few more. Like, I feel like this drift of hyssop could be maybe 3 or 5 more in quantity. Right in front of it, we've got orange smoothie daylilies, which I feel like the colors between like the peachy mango color of the daylily and the purple, I think that's a really pretty, I think they're opposites on the color wheel, and they really complement each other beautifully. And then these grow about twice as high as these, so it'll be a really pretty contrast in every way. So I space these in a way that they will hopefully be a mass. I don't want them to be very separate when they are bigger. I want them just to be kind of like this big drift of beautiful purple. So I think it's just going to be a really good area for both of these because they're both really tough plants, and because of the position of the sun in the wintertime, it's usually lower in the sky this way. So this side right here in the winter only gets shade. In the summer it's full sun, but that means that the ground stays frozen a lot longer, and I feel like both of these plants will do really well in this location. So anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, we probably will be doing quite a few more planting videos over the next several weeks as we kind of approach fall. It's just a great time to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.